What's going on, everyone? This is Game Galaxy Zone. Welcome to some news for FGO NA. So, as I mentioned a couple of days ago, I posted the video that announced over on Twitter that the Little Santa Altar Revival Lite Christmas event for Jeanne d'Arc Santa Lily was announced. The event period was announced, but we didn't get any information. I said we'd be getting information probably Sunday night. Here we are, Sunday night. And yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully my capture won't die. If it does, I can fix it. I haven't readjusted too much since then. But let's get straight into it and talk a little bit about it. I'll start with the banner first. So hopefully I don't miss anything. This is actually the first time I'm looking at this. I usually kind of review it first before I start recording, but I'm kind of wanting to push this out pretty quick. So yeah, so the banner we're getting with this has Ishtar, Emiya, Nursery Rhyme, Martha, Ushiwakamaru, and Jinki in it. Ishtar is back on Summon Raid Up. I don't remember when her last period was. I don't think it's been a year specifically, and I'm sure someone could probably let me know about that. So here are some days in which they will be on Raid Up if you're going to be interested. This is also kind of funny that this falls in the time period for Ishtar's release date for Christmas, and then a FGO gets a release with the new Christmas event, realizing that they're both forms of Rin there. That's interesting. I never thought about that before. But yeah, there's the dates and stuff for that. And there's no different changes, no specific things coming with that. It's just a normal, simple Christmas banner revival event. So if you're looking for a pretty good archer, there you go. Over to the main information, which is the actual campaign period, getting into it. So the event will be starting on the 12th, which is this Tuesday, and be running until the 20th. It's about 8 days or so long, I believe. So it's a pretty short event, so I'd highly recommend to just do it. Yeah, it's about 7-8 days. So definitely do it. There's some good rewards you can get out of doing this. And you can keep replaying it to get a lot of these as well. So again, do it. It's really highly recommended. Only masters who have completed the first singularity, the 100 Years' War, can take place in this event. So just pointing that out there. So how to play the typical event style. So this has a lotto box shop that you can get stuff out of it. And the CE you get out of this is Holy Night Supper. I believe it is a crit strength NP gauge CE. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look back at it. I know it does have crit strength. I just can't remember if it does have NP gain or not. But it's a good CE. The only thing about it is that I believe there's only 4 in the Lotto Box shop unless they changed it with this event. But if you wanted to limit break it, which I did not get the chance to limit break it last year, you're going to want to farm this event a lot to get that 5th copy, because otherwise this CE does not re-return. So for me being able to play it last year, I at least will have a limit broken copy of it. Having a second one is going to be nice as well. But just wanted to point that out. So you grind out the event, you're going to be able to get miracle stockings. You change those for the lotto box stuff. You're also getting fruitcake, shortcake, and cheesecake to exchange for shop items as well. The servant, welfare servant you get with this is Jeanne d'Arc Santa Lily. Very good servant. Lancer, 4-star. You need the silver exchange ticket to be able to get her. I don't know if she joins as soon as you get the thing, though. I can't remember. So the main quest for this will be separated into 7 individual nights. I believe each one of these comes out every day. Yes, except for the first. The first 2 will be available, and then each one will come out after that to the 17th. So just going from there, a lot of this is just going to be grinding, basically. There is the main quest, but there's no huge story or anything like that. It's pretty funny, actually. This story was something. But yeah, there's not a huge story relation to this. It's mostly just a grind quest event. So I just mentioned how to use the roulette wheel. I'm gonna read this. out loud and at the moment just so I know what's going on. So at this Revival Lite event, prize reset will be limited. Please note the prize reset will only be available 9 times. It will no longer be possible after the 10th prize lineup. From the 7th reset on, new prize lineups will contain a grand prize, will not contain a grand prize, gold fruit, silver fruit. Prize reset will become available after claiming all the items in the prize line. The event item, which is those logs, will be available only through the prize roulette and exchanged to increase Jeanne d'Arc, Santa Lily's Noble Phantasm levels, and other rare items. Okay, so if going with the first statement, I thought that this would be like Nerofest and that you could keep repeating it. I did read in old information that it was probably possible to do that. However, I had a concern that last year there was a specific period where where you weren't able to do that. I just couldn't remember. And this sounds like it is that case where you're only going to be able to do this up to 10 times and then you won't be able to roll anymore. I don't know if that's what it's specifically stating. I know it's there. My brain doesn't want to wrap around things right now, so this is going to confuse the hell out of me. I'm just going to say that there might not be a lineup after the 10th, but there easily could be. Sometimes the stuff is worded a little weird, and sometimes I can't understand things quite right. So the prize lineup for the stockings, I'm not going to go through all this. We'd be here forever. You can just pause this and check this out, but mainly you're going to be looking at these skill enchantment materials and ascension materials as well. So big thing are going to be gems and then void dust, evil bones, serpent jewels, and octopellet crystals. What is this? An upcoming event filler will be added to servant selection and servant enchantment screens. Oh, bonuses. Okay. For some reason or another, that was worded weird in my mind. So servants that'll have increased drop rates for this event will be listed here as well. So basically everything from the gotcha banner plus others as well. And this is a pretty big list, to say the least. Of course, going into the event drops and CE drops. These CEs, I believe, are from the gotcha. I'm not sure about that. I don't remember any other CEs in the actual shop. The only one I remember in the actual shop was this one, the Holy Night Supper. So, there we go. I actually get to see what it does. Begin battle with NP charge at 30%, crit strength at 10%, NP strength is the other thing. I knew it had a third thing, I just couldn't remember what it was. When it's limit broken, I know it's 50%, and I believe it might be 15 for both crit strength and NP strength. So good CE. It's also Jeanne, so it's adorable. And going down further, we get into Jeanne d'Arc, Santa Lily. Pretty good servant. I'd actually say she was a really good lancer for a good while. At this point, we've gotten a lot of lancers this year that have kind of replaced her in a sense. But she basically functioned the same way as Jeanne d'Arc Alter. She had a Buster amp up, invincibility, HP down, same skills Alter has. I think it was almost exactly the same, if not better. She had a increase NP gauge for herself, increase debuff resist or something like that, and she also has a heal and C-star drop rate for an ally or herself. So she was pretty good. She still is really good to work with. Someone I haven't leveled in a good while. Her Noble Phantasm deals heavy damage to all enemies. It decreases their debuff resistance for all enemies. This increases attack. Effects increase with overcharge, and HP recovery amount also increases with overcharge for all allies. So it's a little weird because you have to use her Noble Phantasm in conjunction to other Noble Phantasms or skills in order to get some of those effects to apply, right? Because they only last one turn. So it's a little weird. It would be nice to see a different strengthening quest for this possibly in the future. This is just going over a little bit more of like how exactly you're going to be able to go through this event. She'll join you first, you gather items, you exchange them with tickets and whatnot to get her, and then more copies with the logs and things of that nature. The gills items will also be in the prize roulette wheel, and those will be used to level her. Event limited Noble Phantasm. That's just showing that off. And then of course we finally get to the item shop. So you can trade those logs in for a couple things as well. They're just not specifically for Jeanne d'Arc, Santa Lily. You can also change them for Ascension and skill materials and other items as well. And once again, I'm not going to go through all these, but you can just pause it and read it from there. Now with this event, there's also going to be a Revival High Difficulty Challenge quest. And I'm sure that this is, yep, the crystallized lore. So if you're needing to level more servant skills to 10-10-10, this is a great thing to get, as crystallized lores are kind of tedious. And we're starting to get to the period where we're having a lot of servants and a lot more servants added to the game, so we're going to need more of these, and this is a great way to get more of those. So it is noted that only people who have completed the final singularity can do this quest, so if you have not completed that, you're going to have to if you want to do this. If not, oh well, it's not a huge concern, but it's just pointing it out there for those who may be halfway through the singularities and stuff like that. And then, of course, we already talked about the gacha for this event. And that's it. Kind of a lot to really look at. This would probably have been much quicker of a video had I just reviewed it beforehand, but it is what it is. So I also needed to read through it more specific anyway, because this event's been kind of confusing with some of the information I've read up on, and I'm basing it off of stuff from last year as well, and that isn't just the case. So, but anyway, week-long event, grind it out, big grind quest. Once you're finished with it, I guess you're finished with it. It's unfortunate that the prize wheel might not continue past 10, which is a little weird if you ask me, considering that it's a grind quest. But yeah, if that's the case, then I would highly recommend those right now to go and continue grinding out embers and skill ascension materials while you have the chance, because you can burn probably more apples and stuff doing that right now rather than this upcoming thing. But we'll take a look at the new Christmas banner when that comes out, hopefully within the next month or so. We're not going to see that for a little while yet. Probably not until, like I said, next month. The next big thing we're going to be seeing after this should be Thanksgiving banners and a couple of other small intermission updates and stuff like that. Possibly more interludes, I'm not sure. And then Salem, which will be happening hopefully around the end of the month. I'm hoping we see that probably a little after Thanksgiving for us. If not, possibly the first week of December. Who knows? So, but pretty psyched for this. It's going to be fun to rerun through this event, grind out materials and whatnot, and kind of focus on finishing this out fairly quick, now knowing that I have everything I can kind of work with this, and then focus on JP at the moment. So that's my goal. Anyhow, if you're going to be rolling in the gacha, good luck to you, because we all need good luck in FGO gachas, and that's all I have for this video. So I will be talking to you all hopefully pretty soon with some more content related stuff to FGO when we see it.